Hi guys and welcome to the video. Today's video will be covering efficiency of algorithms, and is under the GCSE computer science subject under the AQA exam board. In the top right hand corner we have a reference to the official course specification, whereby on the left hand side column you have the content covered in this revision video, and on the right hand side you have any additional information that you need to have an awareness of for this particular topic. Let's jump straight in. So this first graph, if you like, I've put together because it demonstrates, I think, that there are multiple ways usually of going about trying to solve a particular problem. Now, I'm gonna use the idea of you as a young programmer looking to put together a task. It could be for whatever you like, and you sitting down thinking, right, I want to begin somewhere with this. I want to build a program that does this. I'm going to start off by building myself an algorithm so that I can design it as effectively as I can. You've selected whether or not you're going to use pseudocode or flowcharts for that, and you begin to put together some sort of algorithm. And as you're going through that process, you may actually get to several different points in time where you could go about things slightly differently. And what this graph shows you is that if we assume our starting position of A, us sitting down to begin the program, and B being our finishing point, and we liken this to the constructs and the conventions of this particular graph, in that it has various different points that then sit between those two areas. In order to get from A to B, we could go about doing that in a variety of different ways. We could solve our problem, we could build our program in a lot of different ways. And my graph is just showing you that there are three different ways that you could go about that. In order to get from B to A, we could go straight up the y-axis and then follow along from 7 on the y-axis across to 6 on the x-axis in order to get to B, and then I've provided you with two other ways as well. And what this is hoping to show you is that when you program, whenever we try to achieve anything, it is about trying to establish which way is going to be the most efficient for us. And we describe efficiency when it comes to computer programming and the construction of software as being, I suppose, the happy medium between the amount of memory usage that we're placing upon our program, the dependency of our program, and also the time it takes for any algorithm or any problem to be solved. And there's two questions that we can ask ourselves in order to try and gauge whether or not that has been the case. The first one being, does the proposed solution that we're putting together actually solve the problem? How far does it get? Does it solve the problem fully? Does it solve the problem partially? And that's the first question we should always ask ourselves. But if we're confident that the proposed solution is going to solve the problem, we then need to think about how efficiently it does that. And we need to do that by comparing the memory usage and the time allocation that it takes to run, and hopefully see something that sits really nicely between those two different points of measure, if you like. And if you've got something that is doing something extremely quickly, but it's extremely heavy on memory usage, then that may tell you something about your system requirements. So perhaps if you want something else to be going on at the same time, this particular solution is not going to be better for you. Equally, if you've got something that doesn't take away too much of the memory allocation that your system has to offer, but instead it's taking hours upon hours for the process to complete, and you're trying to put together a solution for something that does it very quickly, again, that perhaps is not going to be the best solution for you. And so those are the considerations that you need to take into account, and those are the two main points that you need to consider when it comes to deciding how efficient is your program. Is it the most efficient that you can put together, or is there a chance for reflection here and perhaps even a bit of refinement?